No, you're fine. You're good. Hello, everyone. So we're live. I'm very
I
excited
can't
about
hear
this
anything.
live. I have two amazing
Mm.
women with me, Miss Glenna Rice and Marguerite.
I'll turn
And
the car on. That could be
you,
an option.
Marguerite, you're good. We can hear you.
She can't hear us, I think, Cara.
Oh, she can't hear us. Okay, well,
I still can't
uh,
hear you.
Oh no.
let's see if she gets it. Oh, there she went. She'll come back if she comes
Yeah.
back. Anyway, so welcome everyone to this amazing live. I have the extreme pleasure of hosting Miss Glenna Rice in my part of the world in the next month for one of my favorite classes, a class that she's developed. And I just wanted to bring her on here to talk a little bit about what it is, because it's a very different thing. And if you're someone who's local, like local to Spokane, Washington, so the Pacific Northwest, really, I mean, what is local? We were kind of joking about that before we got on the live. It's like local is kind of the whole West Coast. So if you're someone who, is close to here or could, fly in or drive, we have an amazing international airport. It's something definitely to consider. This class is one of a kind, and anyone can learn it, and you can use it in so many different body practices. And I'm going to add Marguerite again. There she is. Can you hear us now, Marguerite?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yay.
So, you can use this body of work, and I'm going to let Glenna talk about it a little bit, but you can use this body work with any other, if you're a body worker at all, it can really enhance it. And if you're someone who's never worked with bodies before, which was kind of me when I first learned this technique, you can also use it. And it's amazing to me how often I pull it out of my tool belt. So without any further ado, I would love to have Glenna just talk a little bit about EMT.
Oh, that was cool. I love that. I love hearing about how people are using it around the world. I mean, the class has been in a lot of different countries and around the United States, and I just get really excited when I hear people. Oh, and I pull it out and I use it in my toolbox, or I did EMT on my husband the other day, and his back is better. I don't know. It's really amazing. That's kind of was my target, that people would have these skills, this ability to use in their life, bodies. So it's a body work with all of the amazing tools of access, the energetic tools. That's the energetic part of it, and it's hands-on, the manual part of energetic manual therapy. The name's pretty straightforward. And the manual stuff is from many years of me working with the fascial system, the body's fascia. Mm-hmm. And the things that created the greatest results with the patients and clients I saw over the years, that are simple, though profound. Like anybody, like you said, anyone can do this, can use their hands this way, can access the body's fascial system and invite it to transform, to change, to ease, create more space, however you want to speak to it. It is amazing work for bodies to create an ease. Ease with movement, decreased pain. I know we talk about pain a lot. Pain is like an information your body's giving you, but often that information the body's giving you can be really solidified in a more solid fascial system. So accessing what the information is can be easier after these classes or after a session.
It's really true. I mean, like a year ago, I had a session with you, and I was post-surgery, and I had been healing for quite a while, and things had gotten really good to a point. And then when you were able to do that session with me, the thing that I noticed was that I almost like felt like stalled a little bit, to where like my body had healed to a point, and then it was just kind of there. And what I noticed after the session with you was that it like helped my body kind of get into that next level of recovery, and things just started to shift and change even more. And it also helped me, and this is what I've noticed too, like when I do EMT with people, is it helps you get connected, like the person you're doing it on, get connected more with what is actually going on. Because so many times, well, especially for me in my life, like sometimes you feel pain in one area, but that's not actually where that's originating. And so it allows you to kind of get back to the source a little bit.
Yeah.
To start to undo that. And then the bodies are amazing. They just unwind themselves as you learn in class. Like that's a little tip that you learn in class, but don't come to class.
Don't come to class. Don't change these things. Yeah, the body's like with points of views and judgment, mostly judgment, lots of judgment, and injuries, surgeries, accidents. Aging's a big one, but much of aging is judgment. The system, which is your whole body system, the fascial system, is really like, it's not, you hear about it now, it's really popular now.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for 30 years, but it's so popular. I'm like, yeah, what did I know 30 years ago? I'm an expert on the fascial system. So they say it covers, but it doesn't just cover everything. It runs through everything. It supports everything. It gives your body its shape and form. And with our points of views, our judgments, our decisions about our body, and it will solidify and gets hard and almost hardens. And when you open that up, you have access to the awareness of your body. The body has access to you to give you the information. Sometimes it's solidifying you out. Sometimes it's solidifying something in. I mean, this is what I've seen, and the results are amazing. I mean, truly, it's like you're doing miracles that don't even seem like miracles anymore. They seem normal. Miracles are the new normal in this body work.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fascial system is this amazing organ in our body that actually responds to a question. And I think when I got that, and I was doing the Access, because Access is about being a question with everything. Like it doesn't respond to force. Like you can't stretch it, you can't elbow it through, you can't force it. It automatically resists force. That's its job. If you try to force it, it goes, no, I need to keep this body here. You're not going to smush it and push it. But if you invite it, like what can we change here? What if you opened up here and you stay and you're this invitation with your hands and the way you be with the body, it creates miracles. And just like us, if I tried to force Cara to do something, or Marguerite, I know if I tried to force you to do anything, you'd be like, what? You'd be like, no.
It's so true. And it's like such, I'm really glad you spoke to that, because that's one of the things that I actually love about this practice. And it's actually one of the things I love about you as a facilitator. And you also do body classes with Access Consciousness, and you were my first 3-day body class facilitator, friggin' however many years ago. That was a long time ago. But that was the thing, that you have such an ability to be in question with bodies, that for me, someone who constantly was hyper vigilant and hypersensitive of her body and everything, I feel I would go to conclusion. And often not a good conclusion. I don't know if there's any of you out there that do that with your bodies. So just that, like the practice of truly being in question with what you're sensing. And for those of you like me that are very attuned with their bodies, it's such a gift, because I would just send myself down all sorts of crazy town rabbit holes, and never know if it was something that I was making up or something to address, or, it was always really complicated for me. So that's been such a gift to.
Yeah. And you're not unique. That's how people show up with their bodies all the time. We have such a disconnect, and it's really this reality that, everything from the second we're born and we cry and we're not hungry and someone feeds us, we start to get confused.
Oh my God.
And we're actually just bored and someone sticks a bottle or a boob in our mouth and we're like, but I'm not hungry.
Oh my gosh, that's so, I've never thought of it that way. So this is what you get. You're going to get like 3 days of these moments of like, oh my God, I've never considered that.
Yeah.
It's so true. And it's like, it's a gift.
Well, the cool thing is you're not wrong because you're confused. There's nothing wrong about it. You just don't have the information, the tools, or, insights like that. Everyone can change their points of views with their bodies. I have a lot of people that have never done a bars class or Access class that come to my sessions to get sessions for me to get my physical therapy practice, where they get tricked into consciousness. A little side effect of coming to see me as you get more awareness of your body. It's like bodies are asking for this. They're like please. It's so easy. There's such ease with showing people a different point of view about how you can create with your body on the planet instead of creating against it.
Oh, I love that too.
And this is creating with the body. It's not a doing. I mean, it isn't this manual therapy. You're going to learn some really badass skills, you know, and they're not just unique to me. A lot of different body workers know some of this stuff. I've just put this other way of being with bodies into this work that is the access tools.
And it's also a lot of how you are with bodies too. I've learned so much over the years from you specifically about how to be, like I said, that question with my body. And it's been such a gift to me because I can go mentally into all sorts of crazy places, and to be able to have a practice where I stop myself and actually ask an actual question about what's going on has been a true gift.
It's such a gift. I mean, I use it with my body too. That's why I said that's that disconnect is you go immediately into something's really bad when you feel your body, because that's the way we've kind of been trained.
Totally. And also to go to like external, you know, like you couldn't possibly know about your body or have an awareness about what's going on with your body. You have to go check in with someone else who's smarter than you, knows more than you, more educated than you.
Right. Your body can't heal itself. It's never done that before. Yeah, no. Right. Every cut you've ever had, anytime, you know, you touched a hot pan, you healed that blister. It healed. Your body's like really incredible with its ability. So why not invite more of that into our lives?
Totally.
So Marguerite, I just adore you. I love this. Oh, I'm going to Spokane. You guys, it's like the, you know, Pacific Northwest, but it's kind of the eastern part of it, the country almost. And we did a foundation class, and we did a 3-day body class. Now I come up there. It's like this little pocket of magic in Idaho, Washington State on the border. Like, what else can you ladies create?
Exactly.
Marguerite, I think your first body class, I think, was mine in Seattle years ago. I think if that
could have been
true.
It could have very well been. About 12, 13 years ago.
Yeah, a couple days ago.
Yeah. Well, so I've noticed a lot of change after Glenna works on my body. And a couple of months ago, my hands weren't working at all. I could drive if I put my wrist braces on, and then the next day was a lot of pain. And Glenna worked on me. I think we ended up doing 3 or 4 sessions. And
we did, yeah.
Each time it was a brand new body. Brand new arms, and legs and knees, and my fingers, and it changed to that awareness, and I could ask for more.
It was cool. I remember you came in and you were having a lot of problems with getting your shoulder up, and then like after this, you came back to the next one. You're like, look. But the joy of that, I don't know if that comes through with a smile on her face.
Yeah,
the joy you actually create when you're creating with your body, and these things that you think can't change because of what Cara spoke to, because you always go into, oh my God, something really bad.
Yeah.
And then it does. You can't stop giggling. Like it's a happy day when you and your body are creating greater together. And these things that seem unchangeable, actually, you know, in a 30 minutes session, they're like gone.
I love that.
Lots of miracles.
And it's like the body change, actually, like you said, it allows you to have a different state emotionally and a different state mentally and a different, it completely is a whole change. It's not just about like fixing one element, and again, it's like sometimes you have something that you have going on with your body, but you think it's this, but it's actually something completely different.
Yeah.
And to be able to have the possibility of something you can use in order to actually get to what's actually creating what's going on, as opposed to chasing around things. Because I've had that experience in my life too, where it's like you have this thing you're trying to address and it just feels like it keeps moving around your body, but you never actually like deal with, like handle it, or it never changes completely. So again, those are the times where I'm like, oh yeah, I have this thing that I can use, EMT. And and the thing I wanted to bring up too, because those of you that know me, if you're on my page at all, I have animals, big part of my life, huge. And I like using this body of work with my animals. such a gift because, you know, I have 4 big dogs. They're really roughhouse a lot. And so they, you know, get into trouble with their bodies sometimes. And so it's nice to be able to just put my hands on them and to have the confidence that I can put my hands on them and ask a question and my hands will know where to go. Because you do really get that awareness and confidence when you take these classes of like, my hands can change things and can heal things and they know where to go. Even if I think, oh, I don't know what I'm doing.
No, when you get out of your head, you can kind of, when you override that, the body will show you exactly where you, and even before I was doing the access amazing work.
Yeah.
Just when I was just started the fascial work, the myofascial release work, I would touch someone, they like, oh my God, I've always wanted, I've gone to so many body workers and that's exact spot. How did you find it? And I was like, your body showed me.
Exactly. It's that. So it's like on top of everything else that you receive at these classes, you actually start to be able to trust you and trust your body and like know that your body knows that your body has also consciousness and awareness and it knows where to touch. Because a lot of times with my animals, I'm like I can go into, I don't know what's wrong. They can't tell me with their mouths, you know? And so like, I know there's so many people that have animals that being able to not have to know cognitively what's going on with them, but still feel like you can contribute to them and help change stuff with their bodies. Like, and they're so willing to receive it.
It's so cool when you work with, I work, lots of horses. I have cats, dogs. I even work on a mouse, a wild mouse, which is kind of funny. I'm such a bleeding heart. And my cat brought in a mouse and it had injured its foot, but it wasn't dead. And I just put it in a little cage from when we had pets, from when my kids were little, when we had little rodent pets, which I like animals. I just like animals. And I couldn't touch it, obviously, but I was able to put a pencil in the cage. And it would grab the little pencil and go, and we'd work and work and work and get his motion back. Kind of funny. But
oh my God, I love this. Okay. And we said we would go about 15, 20 minutes and we're right there. And I personally think ending on a note of like, you can even work with mice and snowshoes.
If it has if it's an animal, it has a fascial system. Plants have a different system. So I've not actually worked on plants to see if you could, but I probably could do something with they have cellulose instead of fascia. So
I've heard people actually, you know, like they've had, you know, how birds can sometimes run into windows or like, you know, and they kind of go into that shock place. And like, I've heard people like actually run this energy and like use this energy on birds like that as well. So, I mean, if you're a lover of bodies, if you're someone who wants to have more ease with your own body, but also have this amazing tool to either add to whatever it is that you're doing, if you work with bodies, but for your children, for your family. I work with my husband with this kind of stuff. I mean, he works with his body all the time. So sometimes, you know, he just needs something, or your animals. Like, it's such a gift. And she doesn't come up all the time. So it's a real big treat that she's coming. So it's in June. It starts on the 27th. It goes to the 30th, 27th.
Yeah, 3 days, 27th, 29th. Yes.
29th. I can count. And yeah, we would just love for you to come. So if you have any questions, we'll be putting information about how to register. You can also direct message me. You can direct message Glenna if you're finding it through that. And, you know, we can answer questions. And we really hope that if something in this conversation popped for you, like, what would your life be like if you chose this class? And we will just talk to you in the future.
Thank you, ladies. Yay, I get to see you guys in a month.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.